Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. If this is your first time here, welcome. You have picked a great day and you want to know why? It's Sunday and that means it is mimosas and makeup. Yes it is. So if you've already been here, you already know. So if you need to, go ahead and press pause. Go ahead and grab something to drink. It could be a mimosa, it could be tea, it could be whatever. Come on back and we'll get to it. So for today's video, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I wanted to go over my top underrated eyeshadow palettes that I own in my collection. I own a lot of eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is my favorite thing. There are some palettes in my collection that I think are very, very special, and I wanted to give them some shine today. So it's gonna be a big swatch fest, and I'm gonna do a quick review of them. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching this video. Don't forget to leave me some comments and definitely consider subscribing and joining my community because you know I want you to come back. All right, let's get started. All right, so yeah, you know, there's so many new things coming out. Some of my old palettes are just getting swept under the rug, and like some of them are really, really, really good. So I just wanted to give them, you know, a little bit of shine, a little bit of shimmer today. So I'm basically gonna share these palettes with you. I'm gonna swatch them, and then the very last palette I'm gonna share with you is the one I did for this look, and I'll show you how I got that too. Without further ado, let's get to the palettes. These palettes are not ranked. I'm not going in any particular order. So let's just start with the obvious. Just gonna give it a minute. Now, this is my KKW and Winnie Harlow palette. This was the collab they did. I don't know how long ago it was. It may have been 2 years ago. I didn't really get into buying these eyeshadow palettes until the end of like 2019. So this palette may have been a year old at the time I bought it, but here it is. Can we appreciate it? Can we look at it? Let me tell you why I like this palette and enjoy it so much. First of all, I really like the color story. I think that this palette will go for a wide variety of skin tones. I think the palette can give you some neutral looks. I think it can give you some daytime looks. I think you can get some evening looks. I think you can get a warm look. And I think you can make some cool tone looks as well. So this palette to me all around is one of my favorites by KKW Beauty. You all know I'm a fan and I do own quite a few of her palettes, but this one might be my favorite. So let's watch it. I'm just gonna show them to you, all at once real quick. It's not gonna be a whole bunch of, Okay, here are the swatches of this palette. Tell me this is not gorgeous. I'll wait. Tell me you have a palette with this exact same color story. I think that the variety of looks that you can get out of this palette is great, and I love the quality of this palette. I especially like the shimmer formula. Love this gold shade right here. I love them all. So again, that was the KKW Beauty and Winnie Harlow collab palette. Let me just show you the outside really quick. So you have Kim Kardashian as well as Winnie Harlow on the front. This palette I believe came with lip glosses, I think highlighters, some pencils. It was a really cute collection. This is all I have from it though. So that's that. Y'all will not do her like this, okay? The second palette I like to showcase is by Juvia's Place. Love Juvia's Place, and really I need to do some more dedicated videos with my Juvia's Place items. I do have their holiday palettes coming, so I am really excited to receive those. Now this is the Nubian 3 Coral palette. Here's what the front looks like. This is still being sold, and the KKW Beauty palette is being sold as well. Now, here's the inside of this. Look at these colors, y'all. Look at this color scheme. I mean, to me, this is a very unique palette, a very unique color scheme. There's mattes, there's shimmers. Let's just look at the swatches because this one is another gorgeous one. I would say, yeah, this is like one of the underdogs in my eyeshadow collection. Here are the swatches for the Nubian 3 Coral palette. Now, what I can appreciate about this palette, probably more than all the other ones I'm gonna mention, is just, I don't know what the thought behind this was, but I love the mix of these warm tones and these cool tones all in one palette. I personally like to mix warm and cool tones. So I don't know, this palette gives me a lot of inspiration. The quality of the palette is top notch. The quality of the mattes are very nice. And I just love these coral tones with the icy silver and the gray. And look at that, hello. I can't see. I mean, look how bright it is. So that is the Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral Palette. I hope you like it. I love that one. So gorgeous. And again, that palette is still being sold. Okay, I hope y'all are liking this so far. And by the way, if you are interested in me doing a dedicated look or, you know, more in-depth review of any of these palettes, please let me know in the comment section because I'm happy to do it. Now this next palette is definitely gonna surprise you because we're on a breakup. So you know that means Colourpop. Now, this was the Disney collaboration that they did for Frozen 2. And this is the Anna palette. Oh my goodness, y'all. When I tell you underrated, it's underrated, okay? The only issue I have about this palette is that they included a pressed glitter because they were still doing a lot of that at that time. But everything else, can we say fall? I mean, can we say, look how pretty this is? Okay, can y'all see how pretty this is? I hope that it's coming out and translating to you guys. Let us look at these swatches. Okay guys, so look at this. Here are the swatches. They start here. That's an old swatch. Look how gorgeous this palette is. And I'm really surprised. See, that's why I said this is one of my underrated ones because I'm really surprised I didn't pull this out for my, my top fall palettes. And if you like pressed glitter, I mean, this gold is gorgeous, but this is a really, really, really beautiful color story. And to me, like if you've seen Frozen and Frozen 2, Frozen 2, so good. Both Frozens actually. But if you've seen Frozen 2, you know that this really encompasses Anna. So I think they did such a good job with this. Kudos to Colourpop for that. But that's about it with them. I do believe that the Frozen palettes are still being sold if you are interested in this type of color story. Now, Elsa's palette is very cool. So this is like your warm, and then Elsa's very cool. So yes, this is one of my underdogs. I'm gonna have to pull this one out and do a look. These next two palettes are by Milani. Now I did do a dedicated video on this one when I did a Milani haul. So these are two of their gilded palettes. What I like about them is that each of them have 9 shades and 2 highlighters. And I believe they're on sale right now still for $13.99. I do own, there's a purple one, but these two right here are just something else. So let's look at Gilded Ember and then I'll show you Gilded Jade. And then we'll do the swatches, but I just want to show them to you side by side. Now, I think this is such a gorgeous palette. I know a lot of us are tired of pinks, but at the time when I reviewed this, we couldn't get enough pink. This actually gives me, and I said it then, Divine Rose 2 vibes. And the quality of this palette is, it's amazing. I mean, you're talking about drugstore makeup here, $13.99, and this palette right here and the 2 highlighters for that price and the quality, you really cannot beat that. For those of you who love greens, here is Gilded Jade. And you know, the more I think about this palette, you know, this is giving me like a little bit of Dior Jungle vibes. I also have the Outlaw Green Milani palette that I used in my my drugstore fall look palette that I also compared to Jungle, but this kind of reminds me of this. This is my favorite though of I might like this better than Jungle just because of the variety of greens that are in this palette and just how they work on the eye. I think that, you know, for those of you who want a little more pop, you know, this is gonna do that for you. Let's look at them side by side. I might pull out the purple one too really quickly so you can see it. But here we go side by side with both palettes. I'm really hoping my camera is in focus because I can't see. Let me grab this purple one. I definitely think these are gems, and I think they are truly underrated. I think Milani is underrated as a brand, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, so really quickly, I'll show you, and I'll swatch all three palettes just because, you know, I might have some purple lovers that are watching, but here is Gilded Violet. Hello, hi. I mean, this is giving me like Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet vibes, you know? If you love purple, this is gonna be your jam right here. And I mean, the highlighter, look at the highlighter on this. So, and you could use this on the eye as well. So I'm gonna quickly, you know, just show you the swatches of all three of these. I think these are just amazing, $13.99. Now, I don't know if you can actually buy those gilded palettes in drugstores. They may have them at Ulta. I did purchase those off of the Milani website, but you know, it's a drugstore brand, and Milani is just like, they've got some high quality makeup as far as I'm concerned. So let's get to the swatches. I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, so here are the swatches for the Gilded Ember. I mean, come on, look at this. Hi, look at that. So that's the palette. And then up here, these are the two highlight shades. So you could actually use this as an eyeshadow shade, but this could be a really cute blush topper. Nah, look at that. Okay, so that's Gilded Ember. This is Gilded Jade. I mean, please stop the madness. This, look at that right there. Come on. Look at this highlight right here. I can't see. I mean, look how pretty. It's really pretty. Okay, now we have the Gilded Violet. This just gets better and better. If you are a purple lover, this is gonna be your jam. Look at that. Here are the highlight shades for Gilded Violet. So yes, these Milani palettes, definitely underrated in my eyeshadow collection. Definitely need to pull these, babies out and do some more looks. Hopefully if you have glanced at them, or if you've never seen them before, you might give them a second thought, or if you have these in your collection, they are very nice. I do feel like very underrated in my collection. Last but not least, for my underrated palette, and this is the one that I'm gonna do my swatches and my look with, is my Ace Beauty palette. This is Vintage Dawn. Now, if you didn't know, Ace Beauty is a Black-owned beauty brand, which I had no idea at first. I was first exposed to this brand through BoxyCharm. I have the Vintage Dusk palette, and that's like a very nice sunset looking palette. That's also, let me just grab that really quick so you can see it. This is kind of like the little sister to it. So it's not Vintage Dusk, it's Scarlet Dusk. So let me just put this on the list too. So I have Vintage Dawn and Scarlet Dusk. Let me just start with Scarlet Dusk first, because Vintage Dawn is gonna be my last one. So here is Scarlet Dusk. Again, this is the one I received in my BoxyCharm. And then when BoxyCharm had the add-ons, I purchased the Vintage Dawn palette. So let me just swatch this really quick so you guys can just take a look and see just this beautiful, beautiful palette. They have some really nice palettes on their site. Yeah, they've got some really nice stuff. If you have not heard of Ace Beauty and you are, you know, interested in trying a new brand, or if you're looking for, you know, more Black-owned brands, definitely give them a try. These palettes have 12 shades. Let me go ahead and show you the Scarlet Dusk. So this is it right here. So, you know, if you like these berry tones or coral shades, you know, this is gonna be for you. I think it is gorgeous. And yeah, let's move on. So last but not least, we have Vintage Dawn. I saved this one for last and did my eye look with this because I think this palette is really unique. I don't have anything with a color story such as this one. I think what makes this one so special is that, you know, like right here, you've got your little basic, let me just go ahead. You got your little basic neutrals right here, warm tones, you know, your basics. But then when you put this in here, these three, I feel like it just gives the palette a whole different vibe. And for me, when I saw this, it's like, I really wanted to do something with these blues. Like, that's what makes the palette special. I mean, even the green kind of goes with it. But when you put these two blues in here, I just feel like that sets this palette apart and makes it a bit different. This shade here, Dew, I don't think I own anything like this shade. I'm really trying to think. I do have a lot of eyeshadow, but I don't think I have something this particular shade of blue, and it's really nice. I love the shade Sky. I love how deep this blue shade is here. I mean, look how deep that is. That's what makes this palette special to me and makes me feel like it's one of the most underrated ones that I own in my collection. So definitely check out Ace Beauty if you are interested in a new brand, an indie brand. If you're interested in trying a new black owned brand that you haven't heard of, check them out. So let's get into how I created this eye look. I'm gonna swatch the whole palette, show you the look, and then come back and wrap it up.
Every time when I look up at me, 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 like you surprise, all our tires. Looking so surprise, don't deny us. She telling me she want to be my lover, yeah. I love you when she want to be my lover, yeah. My little baby go rise on me. My little baby go ride on me. Maria, 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 ah. Every time you're looking out for me. Every time you're looking out for me. Love you, ah, yeah, oh.
Everything go from Maria, yeah, yeah. Sensibility, ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty girl like a Maria, Maria.
Kilimanjaro, from Kilimanjaro, Kiliman, oh. Nah, she no island girl, she from Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro. My little baby go rise with me, my little baby go ride with me. Maria, 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 ah. Every time you're looking out for me, every time you're looking out for me. Love you, ah, yeah, ah.
Everything go from Maria, yeah. Sensibility, ah, yeah, yeah. Pretty girl like a Maria, Maria, yeah, yeah. Every time we meet up, every time be like, oh, Maria, Maria.
Ah, now you want to spend more time with me. Ah, do you want to be my wife, baby? I just want you in my life, baby. I like you, I like you,
Everything go from Maria.
looking so surprised, surprised, don't deny us. She telling me she want to be my lover, yeah. I love you when she want to be my lover, yeah. My little baby go rise on me. My little baby go rise on me. Maria, 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 ah. Every time you're looking out for me. Every time you're looking out.
Okay, everybody, so I really do hope that you enjoyed this edition of Mimosas and Makeup. I hope you like this eye look. I really do like it. This look really reminded me, I sent the picture of this look to my friend Colorful Camille, and I was like, I thought about you when I created this look because it's really different for me. Mixing the oranges and the blues, you know, the warms and the cools, I love that, but just the whole style of the look is a little bit different than my typical look. So, you know, I'm always trying to evolve and create and learn new things. I love learning from other content creators, and Colorful Camille is definitely one that I'm learning a lot from when it comes to, you know, these intricate, colorful eye looks. Definitely check her out if you haven't. In any case, that's it for Mimosas and Makeup. I thank you so much for taking out some of your time and giving it to me. Thank you so much for just hanging out with me this Sunday. Make sure that you are being gentle with yourself, talk to yourself nice, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.